What's going on? Good afternoon. I wanted to update everybody on what we've been doing here. So let's give a little bit of time, get some people in here. What's up, James, Martin, Bourbon, Zimmy, Kennel, Kenny, Nick's here. Alex is here. What up, Philip? Prussian millionaire, what's going on? What up, everybody? We got everything. We got Bitcoin right here at 10,006.25, hitting the highs. We got NEO exploding, which we called that one. We're going to be pretty proud of the NEO call. I think that's could be a home run coming. NEO 1804. Check that one out. Really, we gave buys down here. I think a lot of it was around 1620 for Discord. Let me put that on this chart here. I think I got it on the other one maybe. Let me see here. Yeah. There's the different trades we've had. Don't try to confuse too many people. That thing's rocking and rolling here. I'm having a good day. Took some risk the last 24 hours. Now I can raise some stops. We just raised stops on NEO to what is it, 1623, I think. I've been really busy today, so I'm not really prepared to do this show. I wanted to jump on. There's Bitcoin's 10,680. Long classic. It's another good one, I think. But NEO here, I'm going to show the software. Software on NEO is extremely bullish. So that was the one we tried to focus on. 1808. What's up, Jungle? So again, we've got, we talked about our technometer being at 13.5, being overbought with any further rally. We did have an oversold reading, just coming into oversold down here at 10,350 or so. I said to begin to nibble that we could mouse around and go to another new low. We did do that. We came down here at 97.50. I did say to raise stops to 10,050 now. Really, you could probably raise them up higher than that now that we're making a new high here as we speak. What's up, Trade Devil? How you doing? So, you know, we got 10,050 just in case something happens here while we're live or whatever. But I haven't raised stops on ETC yet. I will do that as well here. But I think, again, we were showing a little lower on the C. Let's change that, and then so that's kind of what we're looking at. I would guess we got a huge ABC coming back up. What up, Merrick? Thanks for the subscribe. So I'm kind of looking for an ABC up to maybe 12,000. Could go clear all the way up here to 13,000. Could go to new highs. I mean, B waves can go to new highs. I don't really expect that. All I can do now is monitor the rally as we proceed. And then once again, see if I get some sell divergences, see if I get an overbought technometer, whatever. So that's what we're going to have to look at. Hold on here because I had to restart my computer, so I haven't logged into everything. Let's let the software load here. Hold on a second. So again, we're just going to monitor this. If the 10.050, let's say 10.300 gives away, then we still could have maybe a sell-off down to 9,000. Software would probably still be bullish down there. So be careful. What up, Complex? So, but I'm not expecting that. I mean, Neo's had a big rally off the bottom. Litecoin's slowly rallying. So we're not out of the woods yet on this rally to 12 or 13,000, but I think the buy probably worked again. Anybody new? The buys on this chart are really from the software. So we've had, I think it's 14 buys since the low at 31.20. And the overbought reading up here was really the only sell we had from the software because we got so overextended. And then now the software again back to friendly here. So again, I would expect some type of ABC rally to the upside now. And the same type of thing on Neo. Neo 18.18 now. 18.20 alert just went off. So as I said, that thing looks like a home run. If you look at, could be Elliott wave pattern. We have 5 waves up into the 1-2. And I was calling a 1-2-3, and then probably the 4 just ended. And if so, we could run to 24 here and now. So be nice if that's the trade that I have on. If nothing else, I think we run up to do a 21, and then maybe a pullback again with Bitcoin. So we shall see. But Neo, I had said Neo, I'd heard maybe there's some good news coming. Price action tells you that something was going on, that somebody was supporting it and buying it. So that's why I jumped on it. Here's Bitcoin USD technometer now, 40.89 after registering 38 and change. That's why we had to buy. USDT is going to be just a hair higher than that. Then let's do Neo, because again, that's kind of the home run we got on right at the moment. Up 7%, leading the charge. Let's let Neo load. This technometer was down at 34. 38 is considered oversold. Some of these smaller coins you will see a bigger variance, but you'll see why I was so bullish Neo. While we're waiting here, I mean, it's the start of the month, so you can join the Discord. Discord, if you go over here to Patreon, learncrypto.io. Let me throw this in here. A lot of people have asked. We've got a good group over there, about 350 people. Come here, down at the bottom, become a Patreon member now. Lower right, join $40 tier. Once you join there, then we will give you the Discord link to get you into the Discord. Appreciate it, Crazy Greek. So there's Neo USD. You can see technometer still 34.60 after today's surge. We closed yesterday at 33.58. So the last real overbought reading was up here at this $17, $18 level. With basically sideways movement, we worked off extreme overbought to extreme oversold. You can see on the OP, which is volume for new people, we've had major sell volume coming in here. That's what brought the OP, that's what brought the technometer down to oversold from overbought. So you've seen major selling here, while price is held basically sideways, and then we had what I marked was the spring. So now we're coming off the spring. Big action here. So again, if we go back to this chart, and there's a close-up of the wave 4 that I've been talking about. So we had a buy here, got hurt the next morning, added on, sold up here at the highs, had another buy, kind of scratches, small losses because Bitcoin fell off Appreciate it, Omar, for the subscribe. And then had to buy here on the spring break. And then I did add a little bit. I told people I was adding overnight as things were coming down. I went in the main chat and just said that I was adding 2 positions. So now we got stops at profits, and I would say we probably got a home run. We'll wait and see, but that one is crushing it. Appreciate it, Kawika. What up, William? So that's where we're at. ETC not coming alive as well. That's one I thought would act a little bit better here. So maybe that one will catch up. But again, NEO technometer 34.60. And then let's zero in and look at this. No one's showing this stuff but myself. So obviously I'm a little biased. This is a channel to be at. We own WyckoffSMI.com. The best way to trade any type of market. Richard D. Wyckoff started the Institute. Appreciate it, John. Give you a wrench since you're following my trades. So here's NEO on a, really this is just a day and a half chart. But you can see that volume continuing to come off even in the last day, day and a half. Hitting new lows, hitting new lows. Somebody was buying all this 1650, supporting it. You can see that easily there on the chart. If you go to the 1 month, right, as Nick said, if you're a Patreon member, you get 20% off the cryptocurrencies and Wyckoff course that we have at learncrypto.io. That, of course, is probably worth $700, $800, I think. We're at $299 and you get it down to $240 if you're a Patreon member at $40 a month. So there's NEO on a month, 5-minute intraday price and volume. Same chart I just showed you on the daily. Here is huge sell volume coming in and price holding sideways and then springing the low, catching everybody short, catching everybody stopped out of longs, and now we come back screaming. So perfect setup. Like all you can do now, trail stops, see if this thing can get some legs or not. You got to try to do the opposite of the crowd, put on your positions, and then just manage your stop levels. The problem is these markets are 24 hours a day, everybody knows. So if you're having trouble trading, a lot of people, I'm getting a lot of PCG accounts where we manage for 3% of the account balance. I'll manage it totally without you with just following your wishes, or we can kind of manage it together. Whatever you want to do. You just make a trading API for me, give me the rights to trade. I can't withdraw or transfer, so it's pretty simple. I do not know anything more about the NEO news. So if that hits, we're probably going to do the 24. There's the Bitcoin chart. This rally here into 14,000 is what got the technometer to overbought, saying that we needed to pull back in volume. So that's what gave us the sell at 13.5. And then you can see here all the last buy signals on Bitcoin going back to the 4-hour chart. All these buys here were for oversold technometer readings and also buy and sells divergences on price and volume. Now we're not having that this time. You can see here that we've been in a downtrend on volume. Price really the same type of thing. So so this buy signal isn't, doesn't have a divergence behind it. So it's not as strong and powerful as the other 14 or so that we've had. And that might be just because this is an ABC down, I think, and I think we're going to do an ABC up. Or possibly the lows aren't in and we're going to have another rollover from these levels. I mean, we really need to get above this resistance here at 10,750. So we're holding here. This could be a flat correction with incoming new lows coming. Again, I don't see that. If that would happen, hopefully NEO will try to hold in, which I would think it does and would not catch our stops, but we'll have to see that. Litecoin, let me see if I can bring up, I'll bring up the Litecoin Tech was at 44 because it was holding the gains. It was outperforming a little bit recently. So that tech is not as bullish. Litecoin still trading pretty sloppy. We are long from lower levels. I did trail a stop there. So in case it turns down, it's had some pretty big red bars when it turns lower. So we'll check that out. Hold on here a second. I'm going to give here's yesterday's XLM. I'm just going to throw up. XLM yesterday was at 36. I didn't really have a divergence on the OP and price. So I think it could rally here, but definitely not as good buy signal as we've had. Hold on there, damn it. Don't know what I just did there. Get back to where I was. So again, we're at 10.7. This is the level we really need to try to eat through here and get going before we turn down again. I don't have a technometer reading on Matic. The software is still having issues on some of the smaller caps, giving me what I need. What's up, Marco? Dennis. So I do not have it on Matic. I did say, let's look at the Matic chart, because I did give a buy based on a spring. It is down 7%. This here was a spring. And I still think this is probably the test of the spring. So I still think you can be long Matic. Again, I don't really trade that one. I'm a lot more in the bigger caps. So that's my plan at the moment. Hold on one second. Let's go back here. Again, here's Bitcoin. 41 on the technometer. Litecoin was at 43.44. Let that one load. EOS, I talked about, yeah, it's kind of stalled here. Once you had that big run, it looked like it maybe got overextended, so haven't really given any trades on it. There's Bitcoin on the 3-minute. Let's see what we can do here. 10,730. NEO 1828. Litecoin USD 43.44. So again, not as exciting, but still should do okay. Ethereum USD 10,750. This could be 5 waves off the bottom, so maybe we still mouse around up here at this 10.4, 10.8. before we really ignite. Again, we're long. We got stops in, so we're just going to let this thing play out now. Apologize to Twitter followers. I'm not throwing as much free information on Twitter like I used to. Apologize for that, but we got too many people in Discord paying for advice, so we're doing a lot more in there. What's up is... So again, yesterday, really we gave buys on Bitcoin, NEO, and ETC. So, and then I said any coin that was outperforming Bitcoin would probably be as buy as well if I didn't really cover it. But NEO is the one that really gave us a good buy in the software. And ETC was actually a pretty good buy as well. What up, Mustafa? Thanks for the subscribe. So, again, WyckoffSMI.com is the main institute. Started by Wyckoff. Let's bring this up real quick. This is the Wyckoff wave. Again, apologize, I'm not logged in here. I should have got logged back in. I gave a sell on UUP yesterday at 26.16. This is the long dollar ETF. I think it's rolling over. Head and shoulders top. I don't really trade those, but that's kind of what it is. We did take out what I think is support here, and we came up through it. We got overbought technometer, so I think the dollar's headed lower. That's friendly to cryptos. GDX, we're long from down here at 2050. And I said today you could add on. Looks like a nice little ABC fourth wave correction probably if you're doing any Elliott wave. I don't throw a lot of Elliott wave on stock charts because I'm strictly Wyckoff. I do it on cryptos because I think cryptos have a lot of emotion, a lot of newbies, so it's easier to trade. You can see that GDX went from overbought to neutral. In a bull market, sometimes that's enough. So could work lower here in GDX, but I think it's higher. Then I raise stops to 23.12. I don't really want to see an overlap on this area here. So anyone give you a scoop on Bitcoin? The scoop would be you should have followed us and bought anywhere from 10,000 to 10.4. I've also got some down from 9,800. And I think we're headed to 12,000 to 13,000 would be my guess. For now we're long. We got stops, basically break even, maybe small losses. Could easily raise it up to break even and see if this thing can ignite here. That's the quick scoop. Pity the fool. What? Somebody asking about Link from Nick. Nick's been trading that on the Link, so here is the Link chart. Again, you could have bought that down here 330-ish when we were buying everything else because that had been a pretty good strong coin. So you could have used our signals for that as well. I mean, if Bitcoin goes to 12,000, I mean, you would think Litecoin would be back up at the 126, 130 level. Coming alive a little bit here. And there's NEO. Again, if you follow the Discord, NEO is the one that I was on. Live last night, I told you to be on NEO. That was the last thing I left the broadcast with by NEO. So that's the software talking. Discord, $40 a month would be the best money you spend, or just hire me to manage your account. What up, Dolphin? Hey, Kelly. There's Ethereum, 41 on the technometer. It did about a 40. You can see volume going again down to new lows. So this chart's pretty friendly as well. I think Ethereum on the bigger picture still could see 220. Let's bring that up real quick. Go back to the 4-hour Ethereum. We've got the 5 waves up, and then previous 4th wave is 220. So I think we could come back down to there. So again, but I think probably if I'm correct on Bitcoin, Ethereum goes up to 325-ish. And then hopefully we'll have a sell somewhere up there for what I still think will be a further pullback on everything. Because I'm still looking for the age is finished and we're looking for some type of B up. Yeah, Kenneth, that's why I am in ETC and not Ethereum. So that's the buy I had on ETC. I did not really give a buy on Ethereum unless you just followed it along because I gave the buy on Bitcoin. Because again, all these buys here are off the software with a divergence with volume. This buy didn't really have a big divergence. It just had an oversold reading. So I'm not as high confident on this buy. I do think we're in a correction. I do think we could go lower. There'll be support down at 9,000, this triangle, and there'll be support back down here at the 76 level. Because the last Wyckoff buy we had was 7,670. And then we had the overbought technometer up here where I told you to be careful, take some off the table. So we've had an unbelievable year here. Yeah, exactly. As Nick and I have been talking, I've had a better year this year just getting rid of all the extra excess noise. Do what we do, follow Wyckoff, throw a little LA wave on it, and if you read any news, probably do the opposite. The news does nothing but give you a headache. So, and we went from 14 to 9,800, so we've had a pretty big correction already. But again, I think there's more to come, but we'll worry about that on the next sell signal. So I don't have a lot more to add. Actually, I'm going to take a break. I've been working way too hard. I've got good positions on with stops. In most cases, 100% long for accounts, especially accounts that have been with me for a while because we've been long from all these other buys. So I normally try to stay long 70%, trade 30%. I think that's a smart ratio for most people. So that's where we're at. I'm going to go work out. Getting big action from here. I'll probably still try to go live. I'm going to try to maybe get home for July 4th. So I got a big meeting tomorrow morning about maybe some hedge fund money in the crypto space. Again, pity the fool. I'm not looking for a low. I already called the low. So I'm looking for a gain here. If my stops give away today, then I'll be looking for something closer to 9,000. I can't state average returns because every client does something different. And I'm a regulated investment advisor in the state of Illinois, so I can't quote returns. If you follow me on here, you know I've had a huge year. Anything I do is well known from Twitter, YouTube, Discord, etc. Crypto Erie, cool. I'm not sure I know who that is, but I will check her out. Appreciate for letting me know that. Check it out. So again, that's all I got. Learn some Wyckoff. Do yourself a favor. If you don't have a lot of money, go to our library at wyckoffsmi.com or buy some books on Richard Wyckoff. They're not that expensive on Amazon. If you're really into trading, do the Learn Crypto course for $2.99 and join the Discord. And if you're hardcore, spend $1,000, do the Wyckoff course at wyckoffsmi.com. So that's all. I'm going to run the outro as always. I'll forget the disclaimer. Do your own research. This is not investment advice. Run the outro on who Wyckoff is for anybody new. Check us out on the Discord, and let's hope Neo does a moonshot. Check you later.
Good afternoon. My name is Richard D. Wyckoff. Anyone who is interested in the stock, option, or commodity markets is most likely to find my life and teachings to be of great interest and value. I was born November 2nd, 1873. At the age of 15, I had my first job as a stock runner on Wall Street, and by age 25, I had opened my first brokerage firm. I was one of the pioneers in the study of the tape and included volume studies in all my market operations. This volume and its intraday studies is what set me apart from the rest of the market gurus. There was a point that my buy and sell following was so big that it became a powerful part of the daily market. It was at this time that I became known as one of the titans of technical analysis. But all along, my lifelong endeavor was to pass on my accumulated wisdom to others. With that in mind, in 1907, I created the Magazine of Wall Street. At its height, the Magazine of Wall Street had over 200,000 subscribers. That's over 200,000 investors who wanted my thoughts on the current market conditions and trends. Finally, in 1931, I decided to take all my knowledge that I had learned about the stock market and create the Richard D. Wyckoff course of stock market science and technique. I was able to create something that established a new standard of practice in the public stock market operations. I did not claim any monopoly of stock market knowledge, but up to that time, no one else seemed willing to be so frank in offering to the public the most intimate knowledge of the inner workings of the stock market. The good news is that even though I created the Wyckoff stock market course back in 1931, the course has been maintained and updated throughout the years and is available to you today. Over 90 years later, my course is still available for investors and traders that want to learn the secrets to the stock market and can be found right now at wyckoffsmi.com.